Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Naufal bin Muhammad Aris, ID 2019511257 from class M3CS 2454A. Today I am going to present about lab 4.2.8 on configuring router on a stick inter-VLAN routing. VLAN trunks are used to span VLANs across multiple devices. Trunk allows the traffic from multiple VLAN to travel over a single link while keeping the VLAN identification and segmentation intact. A particular kind of inter-VLAN routing, called router on a stick, uses a trunk from the other router to the switch to enable all VLANs to pass the router. In this lab, we will create VLANs on both switches in the topology, assign VLANs to switch access ports, verify that VLANs are working as expected, create VLAN trunks between two switches and between S1 and R1, and configure the inter-VLAN routing on R1 to allow hosts in different VLAN to communicate regardless of which subnet the host resides. In part 1, we will build the network topology and configure the basic device settings such as disable DNS lookup, hostname, password password encrypted, and banner MOTD. In addition to this lab, we will learn on how to set the clock on the router and the switch. In part 2, we will create the VLANs on both switches based on the table given and assign the VLANs to the correct switch interfaces. In part 3, we will configure the 802.1q trunk between the switches. To do this, we will manually configure both trunk interface on F01 on both switches and manually configure as switch 1 as trunk interface on F05. In part 4, we will configure the inter-VLAN routing on the router. On last part, we will verify that the inter-VLAN routing is working. First, we will ping from PCA to its default gateway. Second, we will ping from PCA to PCB. And last, we will ping from PCA to switch 2. In the traced command to the address of PCA, we can see that the intermediate IP addresses shown in the results are the default gateway for PCB, which is 192.168.4.1. That's all from me for presentation of lab 4.2.8 regarding the inter-VLAN routing. Thank you.